Hello everyone and now welcome to a game. This is going to be a China versus the West from the Dual Yule Cup 2021 season. Before I start the game, the players are Fortitude, Colorful, XiaoKai, Fly, going up against Foggy, Hawk, Cash, and Hitman. Let's go ahead and start the game here. Here we have, Romantic, um, also known as Fortitude, spawning as the Gray Human, followed by RW, and that's the reason why I announced all of their player names earlier, so that I could actually keep track of who was who. We are going to have Race DH, and well, finally, an unknown player here, because it is in Chinese characters. This is a 4v4 matchup. I normally would not cast a 4v4 matchup, but if you don't have a player that you admire and want to watch in this 4v4 matchup, well, then you're not playing Warcraft or you're not watching competitive Warcraft 3. We're looking at Hitman spawning here. We're looking at Hawk spawning here. We are looking at Foggy spawning here. And we are looking at, who is Ludiq? All right, don't know who this particular person is. I assume Hitman is the Chinese, the person who actually has Chinese characters in their name. I could be completely wrong, but this is going to be a crazy, crazy matchup. Next up, FFA, probably not. It's too long and so, yeah, there's so much chatting and trying to figure out and getting into the, trying to get into your opponent's head. All right, coming back down here, Ancient of War being placed down, and now 4v4 matchups can be played as two 2v2 games at the same time, or you can have these massive, massive battles. Dr. Compot, I'm doing okay, enjoying the stream, enjoying casting for you guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it too, as this promises to be a very, very intensive matchup. Probably try and do less play-by-play and watch the mini map more, as well, trying to talk and figure out where the action is at the same time can be rather confusing. All right, players are moving off into the center portion here. There's a lot of creeps here. There's also a lot of green creeps close to you, and it looks as though players are just trying to do a little bit of scouting. We're going to see a detonation by Foggy. Foggy may end up losing this Wisp. One more final attack, and it does actually get taken down. So yeah, Fortitude, Romantic, able to take that out without much of a problem. Meanwhile, we are looking at more creeping going on here, trying to see where the highlighted yellow players are, and where the highlighted yellow players are, that's where the creeps are actually going on. A major fight going on, taking on two sets of creeps at the same time. Foggy looking to, well, get up to level 2 very, very quickly, or that's just one set of creeps, except it is a large set of creeps because it is at a haunted gold mine, or a gold mine. This is an orange creep camp, which should give players level 2. Coming back down on the other side here, there is that level 2 on the human archmage here, Keeper of the Grove, already sitting at level 2. Coming back across here, Keeper of the Grove going to be getting to level 2 as well, and all the sides are creeping out these orange creep camps. Keeper of the Grove now making its way down. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain has only crept out a green creep camp early on and needs to get level 2 to enable Stomp. This is a 5-3-3 creep camp. This is going to be rather easy, as the Tauren Chieftain comes bearing gifts with healing salves when the time comes. Coming back around, we're looking at, well, more creeping of expansions here, and trying to follow all the action in a 4v4 matchup, as you could imagine, is rather crazy. Hope that someone hires a dragon in the middle, the one that eats units. Is there? No, that is just a tavern. It is not. It is not a dragon roost, so I don't believe we will be seeing any dragons on the map unless I am missing one somewhere. No, this is no, nope. I don't see a dragon roost anywhere where anyone can devour anything. That may be a different 4v4 map. Coming back around, Keeper of the Grove. Oh, they're going to go ahead and clear out this, well, Makrura. I see, Makura, what, these? Well, a creep, as the Keeper of the Grove here clears up a creep camp. Now, keeping track of expansions. Romantic or Fortitude already setting up this expansion off over here. We're looking at a Tree of Life. This expansion will be set up here. We are already setting up an expansion here at this location as well. No expansion down to the south. So it is going to be a what, 6 spaces versus 6, as yellow seems to have a little bit more map control and more map awareness. We are looking at, well, Storm Reaver Hermit being brought on over. Where is the Scroll of Town portal going? Where is he trying to teleport back off to? Trying to help his friend, as we are looking at a tech to tier, no, not help his friend, just help himself, as we do see a tech to tier 2. Footmen are now looking to engage, as the, well, gray footmen are retreating back. Archmage trying to chase after a low hit point Headhunter. Headhunter down to 43 hit points. A lot of damage being added up here. Tauren Chieftain purposely continues to give endurance aura to his own Headhunters while getting a little bit of separation. All right. Gray also retreating away with some of those units once more. And what is going down here? There goes one footman. This footman going to get taken down as well. Foggy chasing after these units, looking to finish off the remaining footmen. And there goes another footman as well. So this footman gets taken down, this footman gets taken down, and Romantic getting a large amount of experience. As we see, well, I believe a Scroll of Town Portal Romantic getting caught here. And it looks like, well, I'm not surprised to see this, but it looks like the West is actually doing a little bit better in this 4v4 matchup. I believe a lot more of the West breaks down and just tries to play non-competitive games and having a little bit of fun. And I think this is what this game is. This is everyone having a little bit of fun here, and well, not having all of the strategy all min-maxed out. This is part of what's going on. Death Knight, Crypt Fiends now making their way over. We do have Sentry Wards placed down here. Death Knight going to be charging on into the spot. No fortified armor. And that is going to be a continued problem as we see more repairs coming on over. All right, massive repairs coming in. Grunt, Tauren Chieftain now coming in from behind. Are we perhaps going to see a stomp? There's no, a shockwave ripping on through, but the engagement still going down here. All right, damage going to get added up. Death Knight, however, easily going to be able to death coil that Crypt Fiend and save it. Meanwhile, the War Mill still needs to be completed in order to enable fortified armor. Meanwhile, in the center portion of the map, you can see Gray is now starting to move in across the map as well, trying to push forward. And then as they're pushing forward, I'm going to be able to get a little bit of damage here. All right, in comes the Headhunter. Headhunter going to end up getting taken down as the Tauren Chieftain, well, finishes it off right there. Both sides continuing to make pressure and make plays back and forth. This is a 1v1 fight down to the south. Well, this has turned into a 2v2 off to the north and two 1v1s down town to the south here, as now the Archmage now coming over to offer a little bit of support, trying to get a little bit of damage, and Tauren Chieftain with that endurance aura moving rather quickly, trying to finish off some more units as the Lich now shows up to the party. There's a Death Coil Frost Nova, and that could be a problem as the Tauren Chieftain tries to shake it off. Death Knight now trying to make a run back across here. Death Knight, Tauren Chieftain, Death Coil, beautiful Scroll of Town Portal to save right there, as now we see a Frost Nova go down as well. Mountain King now getting trained up to where we'll see where that's going to be coming from. I believe that's off to the north, as Hawk now needs to force a retreat back here. Are we going to see some healing salves? Archmage may end up getting taken down. He burns the Scroll of Town Portal as well, while also having a healing salve charge. All right, he ends up staying alive. This is a major battle going down to the south here. Meanwhile, we are looking at a major battle going on into the north. 2v2 battles. Water Elemental, are they going to finish off this Raider? Raider could end up getting taken down. Are we going to see a deny? Oh, he was free. The Raider was freed from the entangle. The Hawk and the Raider's like, yes, I can live, only to see a Grunt, well, get some problems of his own. Meanwhile, we're looking at another denial once more. We're still Priestess of the Moon and Keeper of the Grove continuing to engage. Crypt Fiends now to the south here. No fortified armor, and well, as it is currently being upgraded, as the Water Elemental is getting pressured and attacked as well. Tauren Chieftain finally gets up to level 3. Level 2 Shockwave now on the table, as Blight offering a little bit of reprieve for the Death Knight and that Lich. Meanwhile, back in the center portion here, it looks like this was a potential creep jack here, as Romantic was able to pick up and finish off this red creep camp in the center. Bears by Foggy off over here. Meanwhile, we look off to the north here. We are at Fortress trying to defend. Fortified armor is available. Tauren Chieftain could have a little bit of troubles being forced to a Scroll of Town Portal back out, as the repairs were, well, enough to hold off the attack. Adding in a watchtower right here, or trying to do something to try and protect the Orc players in these positions. The Orc players constantly getting pressured, as we're now looking at Griffin Aviaries, and well, a Fortitude, Romantic with plenty of gold can easily break the low upkeep or the no upkeep limitation and then start attacking with Griffins. He is already at tier 3 with triple Griffin Aviaries. It's just going to be a matter of time before he pulls that trigger. Tauren Chieftain leading the way. Shockwave now busting on through, trying to get in some damage. Death Coils trying to save as the Raiders, well, quickly with those scrolls of speed, able to get into position. Shockwave takes down one Obsidian statue and forces the opponent to burn a Scroll of Town Portal. Meanwhile, back off the expansion here, looking more like a main base. Dual Arcane Sanctums, a Blacksmith, and all of this aggression here as Berserkers are ready to lay waste to this position here. All right, Mountain King does have Thunderclap. There's a Stormbolt right there. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? We should be looking at a Thunderclap as the Tauren Chieftain is still making its way here. There's a giant stomp across multiple units as all of the peons are currently stunned. That isn't what you want to be stunning at all. Chaos Frost V, thank you for the sub, and well, thank you for the kind words as we're still looking at all of the engagements going down here. All right, in comes another stomp once more as we're looking at the Mountain King trying to escape away. Scroll of Town Portal inbound. Mountain King could end up getting saved. Yes, Staff of Sanctuary saved right there. A lot of magic damage coming back around as well. Witch Doctors with stasis traps and healing wards now placed down for added defense. This has been a crazy matchup so far. 4v4, 2v2 seem difficult enough at times. And well, if I happen to miss anything, well, I'm not going to really apologize since this is absolutely crazy. Claws of Attack plus 12 now on that Mountain King. And these are some very big items indeed. I should really keep track. Let's see, where are those Claws of Attack going? It's going to stay on the Mountain King for now. Any other great items? No great items here. Death Knight coming in from the bottom south, just continuing to try and put on pressure. More watchtowers coming in. Fortified armor can only do so much as the Death Knight now being forced to scroll Town Portal in order to head away. He's going to be teleporting back to this Tree of Life here, is forcing a lot of pressure. Big impale across multiple raiders as the Tauren Chieftain now looking to retreat back. There goes down that Tree of Life. Scroll of Town Portal retreats back as one of the 3 expansions was taken out. All right, 1 of 3 expansions taken out, so it is now 6 bases to 6 bases again. Yellow now surrounded by gray units, but more reinforcements coming in from behind. The Yellow trying to engage here, but there are stasis traps and healing wards. Positionally, it looks as though gray is finding their footing and doing a great job here as the Griffins are now in the air looking for targets to fire. Stasis traps all over the place. We are looking at Witch Doctors. There are no mortar teams or real mortar or siege damage to really take out any of these Witch Doctors as they are doing terrible damage in the back. Big thunderclap across multiple Chinese units as a big holy light saves that Griffin right there. Or was that a potion of healing? Can't quite tell. Tauren Chieftain continuing to stomp. So much micro going on. So many units being controlled by so many players as the Archmage is now looking to, Archmage, Scroll of Town Porting Romantic, Fortitude losing his. Meanwhile, the yellow side losing a level 4 Archmage and a level 2 Mountain King as the units are continuing to get pushed back here. Kodo Beast gets taken down as well, and it feels like, the Grey Army smells blood and is continuing that pressure. Meanwhile, down to the south here, what happened here? Black Citadel, completely taken out. Necropolis will have to be removed. What happened here? Scroll of Town Portal, Tauren Chieftain, perhaps. I don't know. All right, perhaps Tauren Chieftain with Raiders were able to come in and stop that right there. Meanwhile, stasis traps coming into position. Griffins are now trying to land in some damage as well. There is no control magic. Reversing those stasis traps would absolutely be huge, but is actually very difficult as we're looking at more Devour magic continuing to engage. All right, there's one stasis trap finally going off. Healing wards still absorbing a little bit of damage. Griffins now coming back the other way with Endurance Aura, able to catch up, and there goes a giant stomp, stunning down multiple units again. Major battle coming across on the west side here. Meanwhile, another major battle coming down off over here. This is a 2v1. We see Griffins, we see Night Elf, and even human units. What is going on here? This is a lot of units are being separated. The Archmage is there as well, so I take it back. It is just human and a Night Elf here going after all of these burrows, and the yellow Orc is just trying to figure out how to defend this. All right, we are going to see a bit of a flank here, and suddenly, we need to see some scrolls of Town Portal as Romantic realizes this is not a safe spot for him to be in at all. Scroll of Town Portal to get away. Coming back around, who is exposed? Who is exposed right now? We are looking at a new tree of life has already been reestablished and entangling that gold mine once more. This, I believe, this is Fly here mining without any problems whatsoever. Since that is the further SPAC expansion location, and well, things are still trying to get underway, trying to retake position on the map. You may be ending up overextending yourself, but at the same time, you are getting gold from trying to take that location. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, Tauren Chieftain, Farseers, getting ready to engage. With Berserkers, Witch Doctors, all here ready once more. Voodoo Lounge looking to do a little bit of poke as we're looking at a scroll of speed now being used to try and retreat back. Hello, Proper Pimple 760. Thank you for tuning in. Entangles coming down. Foggy with a rather large supply, 79 over 90, 43 over 51. Rather low there, 77 over 78. And finally, we are looking at 31 over 31. This Orc player down to the south just taking an absolute beating just because of proximity. All right, map awareness definitely belongs to Gray here, as there are just so many sentry wards all over the places. The Witch Doctors really just placing wards all across the map. Stasis traps are being placed down. Healing wards can be placed down as well, as Romantic is fighting his way through. Scroll of Town Portal, Romantic needing to back away. And, well, Telltale Sign, Farseer also backing away as well. And what is the remaining units left? Nothing left as a level 1 paladin gets taken down. More hit and run tactics. What is going on with these raiders? Raider trying to just retreat back. There goes another raider once more. And these hit and run tactics not working out well right here, as the units are trying to, well, just reposition themselves. Raiders are very, very fast units. Meanwhile, we're looking at Priestess of the Moon with True Shot Aura leading an army of bears. Well, there is also a level 3 Keeper of the Grove getting close to level 4. All right, Scroll of Town Portal coming back the other way. Peons are now trying to repair. Peasants are also here as well. They're going to go ahead and land up on top. There's a giant stomp once more as the Keeper of the Grove, well, gets to level 4 in pretty much an instant. Trying to turn back around and fire. Tauren Chieftain throws on another level 3 stomp right there, as a Druid of the Claw could get taken down. There goes one Druid of the Claw, another Druid of the Claw able to survive, and very low hit point Berserkers as well. All right, I believe the Witch Doctors have really been the big overall winner in these battles. Witch Doctors, while healing is incredibly important in large matchups like this, and well, it is just simply a set it and forget it type of heal. You're able to place down a healing ward, and it, well, heals multiple units, as opposed to trying to use healing salves. Scrolls of regeneration could also be useful here, as one berserker, two berserkers both get taken down. All right, well, attacks coming in from the south here. We could see a possible flank coming in from Foggy, as units are going to try to engage into the middle here. And here we are. Here's the engagement. No, Scroll of Town Portal coming down from Fly. Are the units going to be able to get away in time? Yes, as Foggy's going to try to engage down to the south here. Bears are in a little bit of trouble. Are we reaching any tipping points here? No home field advantage definitely for the China players here, as the Tauren Chieftain quickly gets taken down. Level 3 Tauren Chieftain also gets taken down as well. Level 5 for level 3, a good trade for China, as the battles are still raging on. And, well, so many flying machines, and the health bars need to go away. All right, healing wards in the back, more positioning. Impale coming across the other side here. No other battles heading on anywhere, as the Griffins are looking to just start putting on pressure. Gray seems to be winning this battle here, as the level 5 Keeper of the Grove falls for the West team. Scroll of Town Portal being used by Hawk, but a level 3 Paladin falls as well, as well, a hero is saved at the last possible moment there. I believe the tipping point has been reached. However, raiders are coming across trying to shut down this one location. Not going to work out well. Units are trying to retreat back. A couple of easy trailing attacks, orb of venom attacks, able to shut down that retreating raider. All right, Foggy now being forced to retreat back here. We are at Fortress here, 29 over 51. 40 over 51 down to the south here. Meanwhile, the Hawk and Foggy, the players who were able to establish up expansions, both sitting on much larger armies. But what is it going to translate into? Fly resurrecting his heroes. Romantic sitting on a 79 supply, and well, no rest for the weary as the engagements are getting underway. All right, another expansion being taken up by the undead and the Chinese players. But well, the Chinese players here, or China players, um, you know, Hitman is of Chinese descent, I believe. So the China players getting in the position here. All right, coming back over here on the bottom left-hand side, Griffin's going to be able to shut down the Altar of Storm. Scroll of Town Portal. This may be the last fight here. Well, it doesn't want a two-on-two fight. Oh, Scroll of Town Portal just shows us rather skeleton army as the units are going to be getting ready to engage. In comes the Griffins. Water Elementals are here as well. Going to give a little bit of experience. Tauren Chieftain could use it trying to get up to level 5. Meanwhile, off to the north here, we're looking at, well, clearing of a relative camp, but every little bit of gold does definitely help. Tiny Great Hall, ready for an expansion attempt, and here we are going into an engagement. Flying machines trying to engage Griffins. Portal Romantic trying to retreat back. There's a couple of Troll Bat Riders looking to finish off some of those units as the Death Knight forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal as well. A little bit of bonus damage. Unit trying to retreat back. It looks as though, yes, a Troll Bat Rider will get taken down. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Tauren Chieftain trying to retreat back here. There is a Great Hall here, but is it going to be ignored? No, the Spirit Wolves or the Dire Wolves actually do spot this, and the peons have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Tauren Chieftain now looking to retreat back. Well, Farseer sitting at level 4. Low hit point Kotobi is trying to retreat back as well. Tauren Chieftain is going to try and, well, throw down a stomp. Flies. Tauren Chieftain throws down a stomp first. Chain Lightning bouncing around, and that Kotobi does end up staying alive. Farseer going to finish off that Kotobi, though. No stomp whatsoever. There it is. The stomp is a little bit late to save the Kotobi, as the Farseer now still ends up surviving. More healing wards coming in as well. Meanwhile, down to the south, Griffins, Archmage, Mountain King, Paladin trying to put pressure, perhaps try and take down this expansion before it gets too up and operational. The Tiny Great Hall is going to be destroyed before really returning any gold on investment here, as Scrolls of Town Portal are retreating back again. Well, we're looking at Mountain Giants continuing the taunt. Scroll of Town Portal teleporting back, just changing up positions again, as well the Griffins are able to stop this expansion here. All right, there goes another round, another group. Where are they going to try and fight? Here comes a squadron of flying machines. In comes the engagement here. Scroll of Town Portal, squadron of flying machines going to try and engage, and I believe, nope, I don't know, was a flying machine taken down there? Can't quite tell. 22 minutes into this game, still no sign of a clear-cut winner as of yet. No clearly defining battle, but I do believe China is winning in this matchup so far. They have more bases, they have more gold, they have larger armies. Don't even talk to me about hero levels, as there's just simply too many heroes to try and keep track of. Bottom left-hand side of the map, it looks like pressure. This punching bag, which is the Orc base, has been taking a beating throughout the matchup, and it looks like it is going to be taking a beating once again. Oh, Death Knight could end up getting taken down. No Scroll of Town Portal is in time. No follow-up stuns on that Death Knight to strand the undead army. That could have been a tipping point there, as the units are now teleporting back away. All you need is one or two favorable fights, and, well, yellow could get back into this game, as we're looking at more pressure being brought into the north side again. All right, Berserker getting caught in transit once more. Meanwhile, units are going to try and fight into the middle. We do have a level 6 Tauren Chieftain, as the fortress is now taking an absolute beating. Are we going to see some repairs here? That is the question, as we could be just, well, that base may just be NWS, not worth saving in this 4v4 matchup. More fighting getting underway. Archmage of Romantic now, Fortitude going to go ahead and teleport back out. A complete surround here, as Orc is just doing a great job putting pressure, taking down a fortress with fortified armor, only with casters, piercing damage, and heroes. That is going to get taken down here, and yeah, that turned into an NWS not worth saving situation. All right, it looks as though, well, the West team is ready to put in a very big fight here. In comes the engagement, more damage coming back across Keeper of the Grove, and here is a massive battle here. Healing wards in the back, Hippogriffs trying to fight. They're going to get webbed down. No AoE damage, only healing wards preventing a lot of that damage here, as we are looking at Roar being thrown down. So many different auras all in position here. This massive battle coming across here. Bloodlust, Roared, Kodo Beast, two-shot aura Griffins with crazy damage. This fight would probably break my 2003 computer, or at least drop the frame rate, as all the units are still fighting their way through. Tauren Chieftain, so much, Tauren Chieftain falls at level 5, more stuns going down. Tauren Chieftain at level 3 trying to make its way through. Yellow is starting to get into a little bit of trouble. So much bloodlust coming in from behind. Level 6 Torrent Chieftain has fallen, as well as the Archmage gets taken down as well, and that was, or this will be, the final battle. So many heroes getting taken out, and that is going to be the multiple GGs right, taking out the West in a crazy 4v4 matchup. Hawk, the only one to score relatively high at all. Hero levels making a very big difference there. Solo heroes coming in from 3 of the 4 West players, and that could have become the difference. Not having heroes is a major setback. um, Not having access to those auras, and pretty much double lapping or overlapping auras as well. We see a Tauren Chieftain, Death Knight, and a Priestess of the Moon. So you know that those are all auras that are benefiting you and your allies as well. If you look at the West, there is an Archmage with the Brilliance Aura, and then Endurance Aura, which is doubly stacked, so not very useful there either. Um, Pretty much a great game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below.